Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, depending where you may be checking in from in the world. My name is Christina, and I'm the founder of Getaway. I'm very excited to share a little bit about self-care, which is our virtual wellness studio hosted by Livestorm, which is a virtual event platform. So we're going to dive into a little bit about virtual events and their platforms in general, and then move into self-care specifically. So today's agenda, we'll keep it short and sweet. Why virtual? Why do virtual events and the different platforms associated? A couple different tips around virtual events, and then again moving into that self-care setup and our team of head coaches over at Self-Care. We are a small but growing team. It's very exciting. So why virtual events? Top organizations are going virtual. I know this because I worked with one of the largest ones out of the UK. They have about 10,000 employees. They do about 40 billion in annual revenue. And they do this because you can not only meet your participants where they are at, but you can continue to customize a better virtual experience over time using these dedicated platforms. So the platforms that I've personally worked with and that I really enjoy, I'm going to share 3 of them, are Livestorm, Hubelo, and Woba. So Livestorm is what we use for self-care, and it's a great starting point for starters. It has a very robust analytics dashboard. You can gain a lot of data on the back end, has a lot of customization options, and a very easy to use interface, which is very hard to come by for a lot of the legacy virtual event platforms. I'm not going to say any names, but some of the ones that I've used in the past are very hard to navigate. You really have to rely on your customer service rep. There's a lot of time in between trying to get a ticket resolved. So Livestorm really makes this a great solution to not having to go through the hoops so often. The second one is Hubelo, and this is great for enthusiasts. So it has all the same analytics and customization, an easy to use interface as Livestorm with just a little bit more cross-device accessibility, and it's a great option for those wanting a little bit more. For production agencies who host both virtual and in-person events, and you kind of want the best of both worlds, I think Wova is a really good option right now. They have solutions for in-person registration. If you want to use their app for check-in, they have options to create customized badges. All the while, their app shows their agenda and all the normal things you would expect with a virtual event platform. So VR event platforms are another type, and there's not a whole lot of them out right now because it's still a very early space to get involved in. But Getaway specifically is partnered up with one platform called Virtuoso, and we're looking to host VR events in the future around healthcare to make healthcare a little bit more accessible and really up our virtual experiences, because I think as cool as videos are, you can really do a lot more when you really feel like you're in that virtual space. So just a little bit of a teaser here. Moving on, we're going to go into just some of the ROI that you can find on virtual event platforms. Typically, in-person event ROI is 25 to 34%, and you can earn more with virtual just because the upfront costs are less, marketing costs come included, and then content marketing becomes cheaper over time. So you can imagine hiring a content team for your in-person event, the time it takes to go into post-production and editing, get those edits reviewed, sent back. A lot of these platforms include content distribution, so you'll get the automatic replays included right after the event ends, and then you can chop it up from there. So it just takes away from some of the upfront costs that you would find with in-person events. So now that we've got all the virtual events out of the way, and I know I'm moving through this kind of fast, but self-care specifically, for those of you just joining in, is a virtual wellness studio. That's only $15 a month. 77% of your membership goes to a coach of your choice. And we do this because my personal background is in this space, as I was a coach in college for a corporate gym, and they completely burnt us out. And when I say burnt us out, meaning 14-hour days, you're working the floor, you're trying to sell personal training memberships for what is a very low income. So that is one thing that I wanted to steer clear from when building out self-care. And for coaches coming in, the setup is super simple, and I want to go through that here. After you've gone through onboarding, you'll go through these 3 steps. You'll confirm your event times in both your local time and then also with your getaway host time, which is me right now running the show, and that is Mountain Standard Time, which I believe is GMT -6. I should know that. I'll double check that. And then you'll check for your Livestorm email, which will include your profile activation and access. So just be sure to review all of the information on there. Make sure it looks good. Make sure it's the picture you want. Make sure you're presenting yourself how you would like to see fit. And then from there, you'll receive a calendar invite that'll include the event room link for your specific session. Just go ahead and test those links, click on them, make sure everything looks good. Livestorm does do preventative maintenance every now and again, and sometimes it'll break the links. So just always check in and make sure that everything looks good. So here are self-care head coaches. Myself isn't included in this, and then Scarlett and Mikey as well. Scarlett I've known since way back when I was starting my EMEA retreat, which is one of our community retreat series. Community retreat series are just free series in Miami, Denver, and Las Vegas, which is included as a part of our mission in hosting 1 million free health events. So that's kind of how we operate that. And she's been so supportive from the get, from when I was just a personal trainer trying to make ends meet, and she's stuck around since. So I'm very lucky to have her on board. And Mikey has joined us within the last couple months here, and he is just nonstop support. He is super passionate about health and wellness, and we're very lucky to have him. It's a strong team, and we're slowly but surely growing. We have coaches onboarding almost every week, and if you'd like to join in, we'd love to have you. We really try to make it a fun space for you to not only earn some extra cash, but share your own services. We really encourage upselling your own privates, your own sessions. This is meant for you as a coach to support you in whatever it is that you're working on. This is all of our contact information. If you ever have any questions, please let me know. Feel free to reach out with anything. I am super passionate about health, wellness, and accessibility specifically. That's why we have this big audacious goal of hosting 1 million free health events by 2048. And I know I said this for 20 minutes, but I cannot believe that I got through this in like 8 minutes. So I'm going to give back some time. If there's any questions, please do reach out to my email or hit me up on social media, because I'm always online pretty much. I spend all the time online unless I'm out in the mountains. With that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you in class sometimes, or a virtual retreat or a workshop. I don't know. Have a good one.